This is going to be a kind of video review, product review of the Zoom H4n Pro. This thing has been out for about 7 years. Not this box, but this model was made, designed about 7 years ago. I don't think they've really upgraded anything since then. Check out my channel. I will leave an affiliate link in the video description if you want to buy this. It will help out my channel. You want to donate, ask for my PayPal info, the thumbs up, subscribe, like, share. You know all of that stuff we say. So, H4n, why did I buy it? Before we get to that, I bought the H1n. I think it's about 99 bucks or something like that, 100 and something. And I got it, and I thought, this thing's just as cheap as can be, and do I really need it? Do I need to spend that money for my YouTube videos when my voice is awesome and I sound like a DJ? Do I really need to do that? Probably not. And then I went out and I bought the, what is it, the DAS cam, or COM, whatever it is, the 05, I can't remember the number. I did a video review of that too. I kept that a couple days, maybe a day, and I returned it. Again, I was thinking, do I really need this? Do I need to spend $100 for this? Plus, these things they're made so cheaply. The plastic case, and on the back, instead of using a metal thread for the tripod piece or the handle, they use a plastic threaded insert that is just going to fall apart and break in no time. The battery covers on a lot of these things are as cheap as can be. So I don't want this video to be 10 hours, but I'm going to pop in AA. Again, you know, a lot of people that do guitar and music, they buy these things, and you want to make sure that this is, what is this, stamina. You want to make sure it's on off. It's supposed to give you worse audio, but better battery life or something. So just make sure it's off. What do we have on here? I'm just going to go over this really quick. On the back, we have an external mic jack. We have the thing for your tripod. We have a little piece over here that you can strap a loop through if you need to. On the side over here, we have an SD card, takes 32 gig max. Recording level, that is for your recording in. So when you're talking, it increases or decreases the sound input, the input of your voice. Menu, that's going to move you press the thing to menu. This little wheel will move you in the menu, it will move you up and down, and to select, you press in, and that's your selection. What do we have on this side? Remote, if you want to buy a remote for that. Line, as you can see, it's got a headphone thing, that's so you can wear headphones and listen. This is your volume control for your line, for your headphones. So this is the output. This is so you can hear what you were recording. This is so that you can control the volume of the recording going in. We have a USB if you're going to spend the money for the USB, for the AC adapter, which they really should have given you for free, even if they charged you. This is your on switch. I don't know why it says hold, but you press it down for a couple seconds and it turns on. You press it down for a couple seconds and it turns off. On the bottom we have external, these are your, I think these are XLR. For your mics, 1 and 2, mic 1 and 2, you can plug in one mic or two mics. In fact, it's got a thing in here that if you only have one mic, one of these mics plugged in, you can make this thing simulate that this one mic is stereo. But if you have two mics, then it becomes stereo. You have two mics up here. Oh, wow. I guess I did turn that on, so I'm going to press the button to shut it off, hold it, it's off now. What do we have here? We got the two mics up here. You can see it says 90, so I believe you can turn these to 120 and 120, and it gives you a different direction. So I think 90 is if you're going to interview somebody, or if you're recording that way, and 120 is if you were doing it so this will face this way and that will face that way. I don't know. What do we have for the switches? We got mic, which controls these mics up here. You got switch 1, which controls this over here. I believe these have lights on them. Switch 2 controls that mic over there. We have your fast forward and your fast rewind. We have your record button. When you turn this thing on, you press this once. The light is going to flash. You're going to see on the display what your input levels are, and if they're wrong, then you will press this to turn them up or down. When you're ready to record, you'll press that again, and I believe the mic light stays steady. We have the square, that's the stop. You have the arrow, that's the play. You press it again, it's the pause. You press it again, it's play or record. After you press this, so you can, if you're recording, you can press this to pause. You can press this again to continue the recording. When you press the square, it stops. We have these 4 buttons, which can be used for other stuff, but the button over here is for folder, so you can select the folder that you're going to be putting your sound file in. It has 3 different folders. Each folder will accept 10 files. This machine records in a stereo, in a 4-channel. So the stereo is here, the 4-channel is all of these, or the, what is this, the multi-track recording, which means that you can control each one of these inputs and have control of the audio. I'm not going to get into all of that. File, that's so you can find your file in there. Speed, what the heck was the speed? I guess you can speed it up as you play. Wave or MP3, that will give you a menu so that you can see what your options are for wave file recording or MP3 recording, what kilohertz you're going to be recording in. You can also access that by going to the menu button, scrolling down to mode, which you would do with this button, finding mode, and then pressing inward. So I think I've covered just about everything that I want to cover. What I'm going to do now is plug in the 32 gig card into the adapter. You're going to have to provide this. There are some people that say if you don't use the right card, it's not going to work right. And when companies do that, I don't like that. And if that's true, then they should provide you with a card. But I'm going to plug this thing in. We're going to get it formatted and then go from there. Take your memory card, put it in the adapter, open up the door, pop this thing in. It should snap in. Okay, close the door. I'm going to hold the button on the side, turn this thing on, give it a few seconds. It's going to be hard to see it because of the lighting and the video. Now loading, so it's loading something. It's just loading the operating system, really. And I think you can see that. It takes a few seconds, especially when there's when you're turning this on for the first time or when you have a new SD card in there. That's when it takes a while for it to do what it needs to do. And I think it's going to give me the option to format the SD card. But once the SD card is formatted, it should not do this again. It should pop on much quicker. So let's see what it's going to do. I don't think you really want to watch this for 2 hours, do you? Let's zoom on in a little bit. Still loading. The light has come on. Okay. So what we have here, I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I was talking about. I don't like that the light went off. Why did the light go off? Don't turn the light off on me, baby. I want to have the light on. I wish I could figure out how to make the backlight come on. Can I press a button and get the backlight? Okay, so I just told you folders. So we have folders. You can scroll down. You're going to have your 10 folders. And remember, if you record something in folder 1 under stereo, and then you go to 4-channel, that file's not going to be there because there's 10 new folders. Default is going to always save in folder 1. And then if you were going to press this thing in, it would select it. We have the bar thing over there. I believe that would disappear if the AC adapter was plugged in. This shows your battery level. We have the square over there, which is the same as this over here, which means it's stopped. And when it's playing, I don't like this light shutting off all the time, just for the demo. So when it's playing, you're going to have the arrow over there, but when it's stopped, you're going to have the square. As you record, this is going to be the amount of time you're recording in hours, minutes, seconds, and microseconds. That's the file name that it's going to save in, Zoom 0001 Wave. You do have an option to rename it later on. I'm not going to show you that. This shows that it's recording in 44.1 hertz. I can't remember what that 16 means. This over here is the, okay, well, the light's messing up. Left channel, and when you go in here and you do the mic level, the record level, to set everything up, you normally want to do it at around -12, somewhere around there. If it clips too much, clipping means that if you're talking too loud, it will clip. There's the little light over there for the mic, so if it's clipping, this light should flicker on and off, I believe. I could be wrong, but I think that's what happens. That's the right channel. If you're doing 4-channel recording, you have control over these channels. So that's the dB level, and as I said, you want it to be around -12. Okay, what do we have over here? A little bit hard to see, but it says SD, and then that shows you how much time you've got on this SD card. For me, it looks like I've got 50 hours with a 32 gig recording at this wave thing. And I'm going to press the wave and MP3 just so you can see what I was talking about. And so you have your option. There it is, 44 kilohertz, 16-bit. So you've got your options for wave files. Some people like to do it in MP3. Just depends what you want to do, what format you want to do. I believe the 24-bit I think is supposedly the best, but I'm not sure. Speed, again, I don't know what the speed is. Once you're in your folder, we're going to be in folder 1, you press the file button, and you'll be able to see we've got, I guess they already recorded. Did they record 4 files in here? Oh, I put an SD card in here. This was in the other Zoom that I did, and it did have 4 files on there, so that's really what we're seeing. So what I want to do now is I want to go over to the menu so we can see the menu a little bit. Did it take me to the menu? Did I press the right button? Go to the menu and hold it. I don't know why that's not working. I'm pretty upset. Get me to my menu. Get me to my menu. Okay, sorry. Menu, there's the menu. I held it a little longer. You got your folders, the same as pressing this button. You got the file, same as pressing that button. Input is going to control these mics, the bottom mics. I'm not going to show you that. Record, I don't really remember what record does. There's tool. We can't talk about tools in this video. Play mode, I don't know what that is. System, we're going to get to that in a minute. SD card, USB. That means that if you have a USB cable, this is not, I think this is mini USB mini and mini USB cable. You can plug that into the cable into that and into your USB on your computer, and you can make this so that it transfers files instead of charging. SD card. Let's go press the button. I'm going to go in there and press it again. We're going to format. Are you sure? I'm going to scroll up. We're going to do that. And I just want to show you how this is done. It shouldn't take too long. It's just a 32 gig. So I've shown you 90-some% of what you're ever going to use on here. The main thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to test this out and see, is this really worth, I bought this for $199. It's usually selling for $229. Is it really worth it? Do I need this? And let's face it, the mics that are in these cameras are garbage. They're not meant to be good. This is meant to be good. It just becomes a real nightmare because you have to put this file in the editor, and now instead of just going in there and editing your video, you're dealing with using this audio file instead of the audio file from the video, and you got to make sure that the program syncs everything, and it makes it a lot harder. It's not as easy. It's not as simple as just going in there and editing a simple video off your camera in a few seconds. But I'll be back. We'll do a little test on this and see how it sounds. I believe there's a speaker in here, so I should not have to use the headphones. Yeah, there's the speaker. And we'll see if this is worth it. Again, with all the time I'm spending on here, come on, people. There it is. We got 46 hours. Before it was 50, so formatted on this one, no data. It's showing no data, and the SD card down there, and the left and right channels. Make sure you do that thumbs up, subscribe, like, help me out, save me. Click on my links, you know the routine. I'm going to just leave it in the WAV file right now, the WAV format that I showed you over there. 16-bit, 44 hertz, no data. Again, that's the battery. That's how much time I'll be. That's the length of the recording. This is how much time I have on the SD card. So I've got the unit on. I'm going to press record right now. And that light is flashing. We are not recording. You can see we're not recording because there's nothing up here showing we're recording. And we're kind of, see where I said you wanted about minus 12? Now, I'm going to turn this up a little bit, and let's see if we can get this light to flicker, to clip. Oh, I did it in the wrong, oh my goodness, what did I just do? What did I do? How do you get out of the menus? Okay, I pressed it again. I pressed the menu instead of pressing the record. That's the problem. So I'm going to turn this down. See 70, 69. 69 is good. But now we're at a really low level. This is not going to give you a good audio recording on your video thing. It's just way too low. You're going to have to crank it up in the editor, and it's going to sound terrible. So we've got the light that's just steady right now. I'm going to try to put this up to about 100. Maybe we can get this light to flicker, and that will show that we're clipping. Okay, so we're at 100. I'm going to try to get this thing to flicker. See it? So if it's doing that, then your clipping and your audio is going to be a disaster. So you definitely don't want that. Put this down to about 12. So I believe most of what I've just said is going to get you through your first recording without a problem. We're a little bit more than minus 12. You don't want to go over minus 6, definitely. Let's stick, hey people, hey, that's definitely a little too, hey everybody, hey YouTube, hey, okay, I think we're going to leave this about 78. And now I'm going to press the record button again. And when I do this, this light should stay on, and we should see the time start to go up. And then we're going to see how it sounds afterwards. And if you wanted to, as I said, you could get headphones, plug it in here, and listen for distortion or see how it sounds. But here we go. Did it work? Mark 1. Hey, everybody. That's right. It's Rock and Ron, and I'm going to be doing this audio presentation to show you how the Zoom H4n Pro sounds as I use my cool DJ voice, talking for 24 seconds. Oh, you should get hired as a DJ because you're definitely a professional. Sounds like I just got some email. Okay, so I think that's about it. Now we're not flashing over here, so we're not clipping. We're at minus 12. We're going to record for almost a minute, and then we're going to play this back. I think alone, this definitely deserves like $1 million donation to my channel. So 5152, Baruch Hu, happy holiday to me and you. We are at a minute right now, so I'm going to press this button. Mark 2. That is, what is this mark stuff? Oh, I remember it started off mark before. I don't want to do that. I want to press this. Okay, there we go. Now, that's our file. It recorded, and you could go into here, into File. You press that button again. You could go in here and you could see that is the file, or let's get out of that thing. Can I press it again and get out of that? You could also go into Menu, and you could scroll down with the little wheel over here and press in, and you would see the file. And then you press it to accept it, select, or you could get some information on that. So we've got that file that I just had originally. Now I'm going to press the play button. Let's see what it sounds like. And if you wanted to, as I said, you could get headphones, plug it in here, and listen for distortion or see how it sounds. But here we go. Did it work? Mark 1. Hey, everybody. That's right. It's Rock and Ron, and I'm going to be doing this audio presentation to show you how the Zoom H4n Pro sounds as I use my cool DJ voice, talking for 20 Now I'm going to pause it, and then I can go back and press the arrow and play. Oh, and then I can use this. It's just like a recorder. You press to stop it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to connect the... I'm going to connect this to the... I think I have a mini, or if you don't have the mini USB cable, which I hope I do, you can, if you have an SD reader, you can plug that into the computer, transfer the file over. So my goal now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the camera recording. I'm going to start off playing the audio from this camera, and then I'm going to go in there and let you know when I might increase the audio so you can hear the difference when it is edited, increased. And then I'm going to play this in place of it, and we'll see what happens. And here's a phone call. Great timing. Here is the memory card out of the unit. It's 4-channel. It's multi, whatever I said. And here's the stereo. And we can see over here 10 folders. And folder 1, that is the file that I just recorded. There's the date and the time, which is completely wrong because I didn't set the date and time on the unit. So I'm going to put the video together right now and we'll see. I will leave my comments in text on the last frames of the video. I just listened to the audio on the computer and it sounds really good. As I said, it comes with, you can download 3 audio editors or audio programs to give you better sound. I have no time to deal with that on my videos and my reviews. I just want something that's going to sound good that I can go in there and throw in for post-production and add it to the video. So I'm happy. I don't like the fact that it's $199 plus tax, but business-wise, it's going to help out my channel even if I don't use it all the time. Even if it becomes a nightmare, I'll still have it. I'll use it when I want to. So, yeah, it's a good product. Much better than the H4n, which I believe was just absolute junk, and the Tascam or whatever that is. But I'll leave those links in the video description in case you want to look them up on Amazon. And if you wanted to, as I said, you could get headphones, plug it in here, and listen for distortion or see how it sounds. But here we go. Did it work? Mark 1. Hey everybody, that's right, it's Rockin' Ron, and I'm going to be doing this audio presentation to show you how the Zoom H4n Pro sounds as I use my cool DJ voice, talking for 24 seconds. Oh, you should get hired as a DJ because you're definitely a professional. Sounds like I just got some email. Okay, so I think that's about it. Now we're not flashing over here, so we're not clipping. We're at -12. We're going to record for almost a minute, and then we're going to play this back. I think alone, this definitely deserves like $1 million donation to my channel. So 5152, Baruchu, happy holiday to me and you. We're at a minute right now, so I'm going to press this button. Mark 2. That is... What is this Mark stuff? Oh, I remember it started off Mark before. I don't want to do that. I want to